Hello YouTube, welcome back to Big Steve Gaming. I'm Big Steve. Lots to talk about today in the DBD community. We've had some new winter cosmetics. We've had the fourth and final level of the first tome in the new archive system drop. And of course we've had the developers Q&A where they talked about new changes for the Doctor and various other things. We're going to talk about all of that right after this. Okay, so first of all, let's have a look at these new winter cosmetics. Just pop into the store here. I haven't looked at any of this, by the way, guys, so this is the first time I'm seeing it as well. Right, so we've got... okay, this is Meg, I believe. Wow, now, that looks... looks a little, first impressions, it looks a little bit similar to the biker Kate one that they released not too long ago. I don't know, maybe Meg's got a bit of a secret crush or something going there with Kate. Maybe there's something going on there. I don't know, but I mean that's kind of cool, right? Normally, you know, these Meg cosmetics are quite sporty. I mean, it's still kind of sporty with like the kind of boxing shoes on and the sort of like cargo pants. And obviously that's quite a sporty haircut, but she still looks pretty good. So this is 1080 auric cells. It looks like you can't buy this with iridescent shards. So that's the Kate one. Don't know what you think of that, guys. Right, let's go back. Right, here we go. Mr. Elf. Right, so this is the main man, Dwight. Now, let's just... Actually, let's go back and read what they actually say, right? What is the description for this? So, Meg is not the ideal student, far from it. It's her last break before college, and she intends to celebrate. Okay, and then they have individual wording on the... Right, okay, so she was meeting her friends at a house party after her last exam. It was the perfect time to make a bold statement, so that's the haircut. Her shirt caught all the light in the room. For one night, Meg wanted to be in the spotlight far away from the running track. Okay, so that makes sense. Even if she wanted to be the centre of attention, she still prized comfort above all. Talking about the shoes and the cargo pants there. And then, yeah, so Dwight... Right. Dwight was annoyed by his limited finances for the holidays. I know that feeling, Dwight. I know that feeling. A time of credit card excess and overtime... Lonely and desperate to buy himself a present, he secured a part-time job at the mall. We've all been there, guys, right? We've all been there. We feel you, Dwight. Dwight hated every single minute of his new job, and the irritating fake ears only amplified his frustration. To him, the only good thing about this sparkling sweater was that it was highly flammable. He wished he could burn it along with those ridiculous fake ears. And just when Dwight thought things couldn't get worse, he ripped his tights. He had to borrow this pair of weathered second-hand tights for the rest of his contract. Again, we've been there, right, guys? So the Dwight one you can buy if you've got 21,600 iridescent shards. First of all, fair play to you. But you can buy that with those shards. Otherwise, 1080 auric cells. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. But I mean, it's a fun outfit, right? Now, if you're playing Survivor and you're going to run this outfit as a killer main, let me just give you a piece of advice. Expect to get chased, right? Because wearing that, you're going to get chased. But that's good fun. I like that. That is cool. Right, and then finally, we have the Huntress. Now, this one's a bit more closer to my heart. So, let's see what this is. The Huntress honoured her ancestors during the solstice with a feast that lasted 3 nights. The bloody remains of the reindeer she decapitated on the first night. That looks awesome. Now, I mean, obviously that's going to make you very easy to see, but then you can hear the Huntress a mile away anyway, so you're going to hear her before you see her. So I don't think that's a big thing. The only downside I can think of really with that is if you're at a loop where you can't see shorter killers, obviously those antlers are going to stick up and the survivor's going to be able to see you at the loop and know which way you're going. So that could be the downside to that. She's got to be one of the tallest killers in the game now, if not the tallest, with that particular cosmetic, but it does look really cool. Right, the bony ribs. Each morning she hunted and brought back game ranging from rodents to vultures, all to be sacrificed. So, I mean, it looks cool. I love the the detail on it. I don't know. I mean, yes, it looks cool. I like it, but I don't think it's for me. Let's have a look at the weapon. The Birch Hatchet. She bound animal parts to a hatchet smeared with sacrificial blood. I mean, that looks quite cool. I mean, it's really white, so again, it is going to stand out, but, might buy the weapon. Don't know about the rest of it. That's the new cosmetics, guys. Which ones do you like? Are you going to be buying any of these? Let me know. Leave a comment below and let me know which ones you think are good. Right, so that's the first bit that we had today. Now, obviously, the real big content that we had today that we need to look at is in the archives. I don't know how you guys have been getting on with these, but I'm currently... What level am I on the Rift? Right, so I'm one fragment away from level 60. So I need basically 10 more levels, which is 100 more fragments. So I need 101 more fragments to complete this Rift. And I've got 20 days left to do it, so we should be alright. I don't know how you guys are finding it. I have done all the challenges. There's level 1, there's level 2. Level 3 I actually finished off last night. And level 4 is the new one that's just dropped today. So don't forget, you do get 10 fragments. And you don't have to complete all of this to get these 10 fragments. You only have to get to this epilogue. Okay, and then you can click on that, you get this and this straight away, and then you can just go back and finish off any of these that you haven't done. Obviously, these 3 here are the 3 remaining master challenges that we need to unlock the lore, so those are the ones that you're going to want to do to, for this here. So we've got, obviously, all of these here now, and we're just missing the 3 from Revelations here, which is what these are going to give us. So let's have a look and see what the difficulty is, because they've obviously modified this. I don't know if any of you remember, but there was some sort of bug at the start of this where people were able to see this 4th level when the first level was released, and they were like, oh my god. So they've definitely changed it since then. So if we go this way, repair a total of 10 generators. Well, that's easy, right? Now, you can obviously just do that naturally if you want. If you want to speed it up, I would recommend maybe running something like Prove Thyself, possibly even that Nancy perk, Better Together, maybe even Bond, so to help you find your teammates and stuff like that. But that's probably just something you're going to do naturally, especially if you're playing Survivor, right? That should be quite an easy one to do. If we go over here, this is another Survivor Master Challenge. Look at these blood points. This is nice. So... get a great result on 6 skill checks using the perk This Is Not Happening. Complete this in a single trial. Okay, so, I mean, that should be quite doable, right? I mean, if you can't hit a great skill check to save your life, then I guess, but, I mean, I'm not great. I'm terrible at skill checks, and even I think that I can probably get that done. Don't forget, there's lots of things that you can do. It doesn't have to be generator repairs. It can be healing. It can be sabotaging hooks. I think there's even add-ons you can run to increase the chances of you getting skill checks. Should be quite doable. Search 12 chests. I mean, how easy is that, right? You don't even have to do it, obviously, in a single trial because you're not going to get that. But you can play coins to increase the amount of chests that spawn if you've got characters with, the coins on. The yellow one that gives you 1 extra chest. The purple one gives you 2. You can run Plunderer's Instinct, which will... show you the auras of the chest. You can even run the Ace perk, which I think is in the shrine at the moment. I can't remember what it's called now, but the one that increases the range of auras so that you can see chests even further away. And maybe even if you got it, you could even run Pharmacy, because that will make you search through chests quicker and make less noise as well. So if you just want to get these done as quickly as possible, these are the kind of perks that I'm probably going to be using. Finish repairing 4 generators using the perk Dark Sense. Complete this challenge in a single trial. Okay, That's going to be one of the more difficult ones. But from what I'm hearing and from what I'm told, the key to this is you do not have to be on the generator from like start to finish. You just have to be on the generator as it's being completed for it to count. So again, if you're running perks like Bond, Empathy, Better Together, Prove Thyself, you know, you want to be just going around finding your teammates that are on generators. Kindred is going to be a nice perk as well, to show you where your teammates are. So you want to just go around and just help your teammates to get these generators done as quickly as possible. Obviously, a lot of killers run Ruin, so you might want to run something like Small Game or Detective's Hunch so that you can get rid of Ruin quickly, because especially at, you know, the higher ranks or the lower ranks, whichever way you look at it, the not so good survivors, if there's a Ruin up, they tend to just not do generators. They tend to just run around looking for it. So find that Ruin, get that out of the way, and then just get on those generators. Then what have we got? Life Giver. Heal a total of 5 health states of any survivor. Again, really easy. Run your Empathy so that you can see where survivors are when they're injured. You can either take in medkits if you've got them to make it nice and quick. If not, just take Botany, you know. Yeah, any survivor, so you can heal yourself. So take self-care, Botany, you know, and just heal, easy. It shouldn't be a problem at all. You don't even have to do that in one trial. So fight back. Drop a pallet to stun the killer 4 times. Complete this challenge in a single trial. That could be more tricky, right? Because I know I've had trouble with this, because what you might not realise, there's a thing in Dead by Daylight that when you drop a pallet as a survivor, there's a bit of a vacuum. So you drop the pallet, you run away, but it kind of vacuums you back. Have you ever had it where you've dropped a pallet and you've hit the killer, but they've also hit you? There's this like vacuum thing in Dead by Daylight as a survivor when you drop a pallet. I don't know how to explain it, but so that does make it trickier, because obviously if you want to stun the killer, you have to leave it until they're quite close. Best thing to probably do, my tip for this would be, when there's a pallet, don't drop it, hide around the corner so the killer can't see you. Wait until he's coming and about to come through, and then just nip round and drop the pallet and try and stun him. Probably the best way of getting that done. Bit trickier, that one. Do you have to do it in a single trial? Okay, complete the level and collect your rights. That's the epilogue, so that's fine. Agitated Advantage. Hook 5 survivors in the basement while using the perk Agitation. Oh my. In a single trial. So you need to hook 5 survivors in the basement. So that obviously means at least once you're going to have to hook a survivor twice. So that means someone's going to have to get them off the hook, right? There's several ways of doing this, but I would just recommend just going all out for this. Don't worry about the game. Just try to get this done. So run, obviously, Agitation you're going to need. Run Iron Grasp. Maybe run the... what's the other perk? Maybe run Mad Grit, something like that. And then maybe run that Basement Bubba perk, Insidious, so that they can't hit, and just camp it out. You're going to get shit after the game from in the chat, but who cares? You're getting your challenge done, right? Whatever it takes. That could be the best way of getting that done. It's a tricky one. Darkly Obsessed. Okay, hook the obsession 10 times. Okay, so if you've got the new DLC with the new killer, the Oni, which I have, and yesterday I actually leveled him up to level 40 and unlocked his Nemesis perk, so I've made that teachable now. You can get that on a killer, Nemesis. That will work really well, because every time someone stuns you or flashlights you, they become your obsession. So then the obsession is going to constantly keep changing, and then if you get them, hook them. Little tip for you, it might help with getting that one done. You don't have to do it in a single trial, so there's no rush. Just take your time with that one, but that could help out, I think. Brutal Breaker. Damage a generator or destroy a drop pallet 8 times using the perk Brutal Strength. Complete this challenge in a single trial. Right, okay. What I would recommend for this is do it on the Wraith. Put his add-on on where he's got an add-on that makes him destroy generators and pallets even quicker. Run that with Brutal Strength. Also run maybe the other add-on that makes it so that when he does kick a generator or a pallet, he automatically comes out of his stealth. So if a survivor's running, they drop a pallet, you're invisible, you kick the pallet and break it really quickly, then instantly come out of stealth, and then you can hit them. That's probably a good way of doing that. Got you. Interrupt and grab 2 survivors. I'll be honest, the way that I do this is tier 1 Myers, right? Just go all out tier 1 Myers. It's I think the best way of doing it. So that's what I did. I actually did this on one of the other challenges. I even got lucky and got the game map as well. Tier 1 Myers is obviously really slow, but you can stalk and see all the survivors' auras within a certain range. I think it's like 30 meters or something. Makes it really easy to snatch them off generators and stuff. There's obviously other killers you can use as well, like Ghostface. But I think stealth killers are probably your best bet to get that done. Do you have to do it in a single trial? No, you don't have to do it in a single trial either. Mechanical Obsession, damage the same generator 4 times, complete this challenge in a single trial. Again, right, that should be quite easy. I would actually say you might want to go Pop the Weasel on that, maybe. Just run Pop the Weasel and don't worry about the game. Just like when a survivor's working on a generator, go over there and kick it, and then go away from the generator. Encourage the survivors to go back on that generator, which they will do if you leave it, and then just go back, and it should be again quite an easy one to do. And then finally we've got bloody good, hit a survivor with your weapon 25 times, mouse 1 25 times. So that's really easy as well. So you can choose, I mean, if you're not worried about doing all of them, I mean, I would recommend it. We've got 3 weeks. There's a lot of blood points on offer there, but if you don't want to do all of them, just pick your preferred path to get to the epilogue. And obviously these 3 master challenges in here are the ones that you're going to need to get this final bit of Revelations lore here. And I don't know, like, is there a video? Might not even be a video, I don't know. But I think that's quite doable. So should be quite easy. 3 weeks is plenty of time as well. So that's that. The only other thing really that I wanted to touch on today was this guy. Where is he? The good old Doc. So you probably don't come up against him much in games because a lot of people don't play him. And the reason for that is he's not one of the strongest killers, but not only that, he's not particularly fun either. So the developers did have a Q&A today, a live one on YouTube and Twitch, where they talked about a lot of things, but one of the most interesting things they talked about was the upcoming changes for the Doctor that they are working on. Their words were, it's not a complete rework like Freddy, but it's a bit more of a rework than they did with the Nurse, which was basically just kind of like tweaked her add-ons and nerfed her blink a little, right? And the sort of things that they said was there's going to be no more stance switching. He's only going to have the one stance now, which is the 115% movement speed, so that's going to be really good because the stance switching was kind of annoying, right? And instead of him in treatment mode where he emits his like static field, that's all gone. He's just going to have the one stance, but he's going to have 2 abilities. He's going to have his shock ability like he's got now, but instead of having the field pulsate out by switching stances, that's going to be like a major ability on a 1-minute cooldown, where he can fire that out in like a cone around him, which will go to the distance of his terror radius, and that will hit survivors that are within that cone, and it will put like a static bomb on them, which they can pass on to other survivors, and then their like infectious fright silhouette type things will come up and show you their locations. But it is on a 1-minute cooldown. But that to me doesn't sound like huge changes. It doesn't sound like a nerf or a buff. It just sounds like he's going to be more enjoyable to play and probably more enjoyable to go up against as well. So I'd love to know what you guys think about these changes for the Doctor. Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying all this new content. It's a good week for Dead by Daylight, and just before Christmas as well. I think there's going to be a bit of a slowdown now because I think the devs are going on holiday soon. But they did say that there's going to be a blood hunt on the 2nd of January. So that will be good. We can finish off this tome, get all the blood points from doing that, and then straight into a blood hunt and double blood points event. So it'd be a good time to farm and get those characters leveled up, guys. Right, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell so that you get notified whenever future videos go live. All my social media links, Big Steve Gaming, are down below in the description. Make sure you follow me there. And also don't forget you can check me out live on Twitch TV/Big Steve Gaming UK. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys. I'm Big Steve. This is Big Steve Gaming. I'll see you really soon.